Welcome back to another episode of the How'd I Get Here podcast, a podcast for positivity, progression, and finding your own path. This is your co-host, Jake, Mr. Brown, Broken Guapo, coming at you live from the Key Bookstore.
It's your boy, Spence. What's my name? Oh, King Aquarius, wealth strategist, lover of life.
Yeah, okay, you do that better than me.
And it's still not that good.
Yeah, it's a fake Jada. It's cool.
It's paying homage.
I heard you. Shit. I really don't know where to go with this, bro. You remember last time we did that live episode?
Yeah, that was dope. Semilla Cafe.
Semilla Cafe, what's that? 1283 Main Street?
I know it's across from Capitol Prep in that liquor store with that nice lady.
Word. Margot, I think her name. Margaret. Margie.
No, she always helps me park my car by moving her
Cones?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's very pleasant about it.
Thanks, bro. What are some of your favorite episodes that we've done?
Some of the favorite episodes. The Pride panel always comes to mind. That was a dope. I feel like that was before its time because we just have so much technology now, so we got to do that again.
Should we do that before the end of the season?
This season? No, we got to do it in July.
Like, we could just talk about LGBTQ plus whenever.
That's true. I'm down for whatever.
We can do that.
The gender roles, honestly, because I just learned that gender is a social construct. And
Can you break that down for me again?
I can't because I'm still trying to wrap my head around it.
And I know how you get when you can't wrap your head around things.
Yeah.
You get like SpongeBob in that episode when he started throwing all the files in the fire.
I've never seen an episode of SpongeBob ever in my life. Yeah, look
what?
At the camera.
You've never seen Wreck-It Ralph? What was the other movie I said? The thing, and you've never seen an episode of SpongeBob?
Never seen one episode of SpongeBob.
What was your childhood like?
It wasn't watching Cartoon Network. I wasn't a Cartoon Network kid. I was definitely Disney Channel, Toonami, ABC Family, TNT, TNN.
How much of your childhood do you think has molded you today? Or do we leave that shit in the past and learn more as we're adults?
No, a lot of it has molded me. It's like, so I actually have annoying bad habits that I know I witnessed from my dad, and like in the moment, I had to make a conscious decision, like to get out of my comfort zone, which was subconsciously watching this man growing up that now has stuck with me today. So yeah, there's definitely been a lot of my childhood that's molded me to today, but it's had the adverse effect as well.
Right.
So it's like, because I saw this and witnessed this, I consciously go that way because I saw that way doesn't work.
Word. So at what age do you think, and obviously there's probably a actual scientific psychological answer to this, but I guess your opinion, at what age did you start making conscious decisions? Because I look at some of the kids that I work with now, and let's just say they make less than educated decisions.
Conscious decisions? I feel like
Can't say always, because you were 10 years old probably doing shit that was like little Spencer. Were you ever little?
Not compared to everyone else, but yeah, I guess.
Okay, so
big
little Spencer, I feel like you should not have done that, and it was common sense that you shouldn't have done that.
You know what's interesting? Because I was always a bigger kid, like I always like got held to a higher standard. You know, like if I was in 6th grade, they held me to like the 8th grade standard because I was as big as them. I'm just like,
I think it's bullshit how people, kids, celebrities, you could even maybe throw people of color, women, so always have targets on their backs based on their appearance, based on their who they are.
Yeah. Is it a target or is it just like a deficit?
How do you mean deficit?
Like
when I hear deficit, I think I'm in a gambling deficit. Not me, but
I feel like, I don't know if it's a target. I feel like it's just an uphill battle, and there's more eyes on these people because they know that they're starting behind the curve.
Okay, so at what point should slack be given or mistakes be forgotten?
No slack. Keep your pity for the weak. Like, I'm going to get through this, and when I get through this, I'm going to be better for it and probably better than you. Not you, but just...
No,
like,
right.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I feel like at some point, nobody ever accomplished anything by themselves, and at some point along the way, they got some sort of assistance.
Oh, 100%.
Some sort of break.
But that's not slack.
No, but some
like
sort of break.
Insight.
Yeah. I don't know, bro. I think that's a conversation. Wait, insight?
Yeah.
How do you mean?
Like I have mentors who they can't go through the process for me, but they can give me insight on like maybe how they felt in the moment or like what they did in that moment that might be more efficient than what I'm doing.
So if you're my mentor, right,
Mm-hmm.
and you see me about to jump off the deep end, right, and you know I don't know how to swim, right, but I could also go from the front end and do the same, accomplish the same thing. Are you going to let me jump, or are you going to throw me a life vest and help me not drown?
I'm so glad you asked me this question.
His nigga said, I'm gonna go head first in the deep end.
Because if I'm your mentor, knowing what I know about you and knowing what you're capable of, you're gonna figure it out. So jump off the deep end. Just know I'm not gonna let you drown. I'm not gonna let you die, but I have faith in you that you're gonna figure it out.
Is that because you know me, or would you do that with everybody?
Because I know you. Like you can't coach everyone the same way. Some people need some people need slack. You know, some people need to be coddled, and like you can't hold them to the same accountability as the next person, but the people that you can, you like push that, and you got to push it as hard as you can.
And I guess that's learning how to accept help. You know what I mean? Because sometimes with me, it's like, nah, my pride gets in the way, and it's like, nah, I could have done this by myself. Now I'm gonna go do it again without your help. Or it's like, nah, I actually needed your help. I'm glad that you helped me. And it's realizing like, bro, I actually needed that help. I needed you. I needed to push in the direction, so on and so forth.
You could tell like the kids growing up, like you could tell the adults who never played like sports, who like have never been coached by like a hard ass.
Right.
Who like really held them accountable to greatness and would not let them slack on their accord.
Word. Before we, because we got a big ass announcement. Did we already announce it?
Nah.
We got a big ass announcement. I'm gonna ask you one question, and we're gonna dive into the announcement. Because we keeping this week short, simple, because we need to keep and get y'all's attention. Because we need y'all to show up and show out for us. If there was one thing you could change about today's youth, or advice that you can give to today's youth, what would it be?
Life is what you make of it every day that you wake up and every time you go to bed.
I feel like it was a Drake quote.
I hope not. Like, oh, break.
For me, it would be learn to accept the fact that you don't know everything and you still have a long way to go. And the people trying to help you actually are here to care about you. Especially because I feel like in today's day and age, our youth and a lot of people feel like people are attacking them, people are trying to take advantage, people are trying to manipulate, but in actuality it's like, nah, there are still genuine people that love and care about you.
And I know we have a big announcement, but you just shed light on the fact, like, so I didn't realize, like, it's just interesting talking to people who grow up in different areas. So like a couple of my friends, they live in New York, like they're from New York.
New York. Sorry.
And one thing that they're like, yo, everybody who's a person of color growing up in New York has gotten chased by the police. It just is what it is. It's like if they're riding around, whether you're doing something wrong or not,
happened.
You're out, right? And like you get chased, and you know, like they stop chasing you when someone gets caught, but someone's getting caught.
Right.
It's hard to grow up like that as a rite of passage and then grow up and miraculously start trusting the police. So, yeah, it's like it's hard to grow up in a certain situation and environment and then miraculously like just break all of these traditions or like what you've perceived as real life to be.
Word.
Yeah, that blew my mind when they said that.
No, it is interesting. Because not to like get off topic, but like I've never had this terrible, bad,
taste about the police.
But I still don't trust them or like them.
Facts.
Like I know you've shared like your story, before. My thing is like 3 people I'll never trust: a referee, a politician, or a cop. You know, it's just that way. You know what I mean? It's things that I've seen, things that I observed. But like you said, you know, it's like tough. You still got to learn to trust certain things, certain people, especially kids. You know what I mean? Like, I guess I'm like really thinking about the kids that I work with and how like pure and innocent they are, but how just like corrupt and messed up their brains are. And as an adult,
it's not even their fault.
And it's not even their fault. And as an adult who has lived and been so privileged, it's like, damn, I just want y'all to be kids. Like, I had 4th graders the other day arguing on Snapchat with each other. And my thing is like, bro, when I was in the 4th grade, we didn't have Snapchat, but I was more worried about Osama bin Laden crashing a plane into my school than Snapchat.
Yeah.
Because 9/11 happened when I was in the 4th grade.
Facts.
Like, phones weren't even a thing. I mean, phones were a thing, but like, the acts, you know, like, you guys are arguing on Snapchat.
So, obviously, I'm not a parent, so I would love if y'all hear this to please give some insight. At what point do you just accept the world for what it is and you adapt? And I say this because, you know, like, you're seeing these kids who are 10 through, let's say, 16, and it's like you should just be a kid. Like, just do what kids do. But it's like, it's just a different time now. So, one, I think certain things shouldn't be educated in the school system at a certain age.
Right.
That will make them biased to one thing. But I also think that we do have to give them some accountability, just because now
The parents?
the kids, like, you know, unfortunately, it just is what it is. You do have to grow up faster than we had to because we have more technology available.
Nah, but I think it falls on the parents.
It does.
Because you could say it falls on the kid, but who gave the kid the phone?
Exactly, but it's like, are you going to send your kid to school and not have a way to contact you?
Yeah, call the fucking school. Because, bro, I had this conversation today, right? A lot of people's parents say, oh, I gave my phone to Jimmy because if an emergency happened, I needed to reach him, right? Mm-hmm. So here's one thing. If an emergency did happen and Jimmy called you, what the fuck can you actually do? Because if an emergency did happen, guess who else who probably already called you? The school. You get what I'm saying? And then even more so, right?
Yeah.
Your kid shouldn't, most schools collect phones. They either tell you to put it in a bin, in the locker, or leave it in your bag, right? Mm-hmm. So if an emergency happened, chances are that kid doesn't even have their phone. So what I'm just missing the point where, like, that excuse to me is so fucking crazy.
You see, I didn't know that they like made kids put their phones up, but
there's most schools, and I can't speak for every school, but most schools they have policies around that.
Okay. So, I mean, even if it's after school, it's like if it's after school, my kid has to walk 10 to 20 minutes, like, I'd rather you have a phone. Just, like, depending on the area where I'm growing up.
I think if it's more than a mile, it's either more than a mile or more than 5 miles, the kid actually has to take the bus.
Okay.
So, and it takes me about 15 minutes to walk a mile. So, if a kid is walking 15 to 20 minutes, chances are they should be on a bus. But these are all things like the parent. I feel like parents are not parenting anymore. And they're not allowing kids to be kids.
I think it's just we can't equate our childhood to their childhood. And just because
it's so different.
Yeah, I didn't have this iPad, but a kid growing up, they're like, hey, what's that really cool screen with the camera and the keyboard?
Take your ass outside. Why are you worried about the screen?
But see, that's like I don't think there's a right answer. It's just how you want to raise your child. Facts. You're an active person, so it's like, no, we're going for a hike. Like, we're about to go on the soccer field or something. That parent who maybe doesn't spend as much time with their kid, and
that's the issue.
I don't want to be bothered. Here, just go play with the iPad. Go play your video game.
Some people shouldn't parent. That got deep. See how passionate I've just been thinking a lot about my kids, and it just aggravates me, some of the things that have been happening. I mean, I don't have kids, thank God, that I know about. But announcement time. And we're keeping this short and simple for a week. Lou, what we at, 15 right now? More or less. We're about 15 minutes, and we're keeping this short so you guys can remember this. And I need you guys to show up and show out.
Facts. April 29th?
April 29th.
6 p.m. to 9 p.m.
For all my colored folks, show up at 6 p.m.
Please.
Call me racist, call me fucked up, call me whatever. Y'all's late. We's late. I ain't even gonna say y'all's.
We's late.
We's late. So 6 p.m. at Semilla Cafe, 1283 Main Street.
Across from Capitol Prep, right next to the liquor store.
We still haven't even announced it yet. We're just giving the details.
Yeah, you know why? Because people are gonna be like, "So what are you talking about?"
Bro, we had a lot of fun at our last fucking live episode, and people keep asking, when are you gonna do it? When are you gonna do it? April 29th. That's when we're doing it. We're closing out season 6 with another live episode. More details to come on the topic and all that stuff. But all that you guys need to know is April 29th from 6 to 9 p.m. We are going to be at Semilla Cafe, 1283 Main Street for another live episode.
And we're giving you plenty of time this time. Last time it was 2 weeks, and y'all
10 days, bro.
10 days.
We had 30 people show up in person, 10 people that didn't even buy tickets, 67 people show up on the live, and over 300 views on the episode.
10 people who bought tickets and didn't even show up. That's what he meant.
So you get what I'm saying, bruh? I think the capacity of me is 50 sitting or standing.
I think it's 50 or 60.
50. I want 50 people in there. I want, if you guys go back and watch the episode that we did on gender roles, y'all don't want to miss that shit. So April 29th, 6 p.m. to 9. It is a Friday. There will be drinks there, so you have a little pregame before your turn up, because I know some of y'all still feel the need to be in these corny ass clubs nowadays that all they do is smoke hookah and stare at each other. But you could be spending time with us. Mm-hmm. So,
and you still have plenty of time to go out and do all that.
Right. Get
and
your outfits. Come kick it with me, Mr. Brown Broken Guapo, and the big guy.
Brown Broken Guapped up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Come out, show out. We're going to send out a flyer, all that. We might make a little promo video.
And we're going to have some merch. I know y'all see the shirt. It's not done yet, but we're going to have some merch. So don't miss out. We got a team now. Bro, we fucking killing this. So don't miss out.
Facts.
And this is the motherfucking best podcast, NCT.
Hold on,
my bad.
Damn, I was trying to shout out my boy Luke.
Oh, go ahead. Do your thing, King.
I shout out my boy Luke Lavish. Yeah, but say. Lavish Films. Yo, if y'all noticed that the video has been immaculate and dope lately.
That means I stopped editing.
That part. So shout out Luke. Shout out the team. In the background. We appreciate y'all more than you know.
Shout out Key Bookstore for allowing us to record, Reset Studio for allowing us to record. Guys, this is season 6. We're coming bigger, better every season. Y'all don't want to miss this. April 29th, 6 to 9 p.m. live episode at Semilla Cafe, 1283 Main Street. If you don't want to get it with it, you're going to get lost, because missing on the best fucking podcast is CT, and that's a wrap.